right, bro? Your wife is not your mother. I ain't got to tell you that. You already know that. But what you might not realize is that sometimes, without meaning to, I was there too, we put them in the position of mother. And every time we do it, the very first thing that disappears is the fire in the bedroom. Esther Perel, she's a Belgian American psychotherapist, like Dr. Cola, my therapist. She said something that messed me up. She said, and I hope you remember this, sexual desire does not emerge in the space of mother. Mother is caring for other people. It's responsibility. It's that need to energy. Sexual desire does not live in that space. It don't thrive in that space. It exists in the space of woman, not mother, but woman. That means cared for, pampering yourself, desire, and want to. So, why does it seem awkward when some of you make advances towards your woman sometimes? I'm gonna tell you why. Oh, y'all, I ain't trying to do too much, bro, but I love you. I need to tell you this. If she's caring for you, looking out for you, and doing all of the things, making all the decisions, etc., sometime, bro, you put her in the space of mother and not wife. And don't no mother want to be intimate with her son? All right? So let me jump into this. Here we go.
Driven by purpose, walking God's plan. You're looking at a certified man.
As you know, my stories are real. Typically somebody that I've coached before, one of my brothers, and their wives get brought into that because that's their story. So I try to flip up the names a bit, all right? So this time we're gonna use Phillip and Kesha. Sound good? So they've been married for 8 years. They love each other. Ain't no question about that. But the thing is, Phillip, he feel like the passion has faded. And Kesha, she's tired, she's uninterested. His sex, or her wanting to have sex with him, it feels like a chore, not a choice. So what does Phillip do? What a lot of dudes do. Double down, making more complaints. Why you don't ever initiate? How many times you heard that? Why you don't never initiate? Why it's always me? You don't find me attractive no more? Like what we doing right now? I'm laughing because Lord, okay, tell my business. It's Phillip and Kesha. But here's the problem. All jokes aside, whenever Phillip pushes himself onto his wife like that, whether he needs it, and I get it, he probably feel like he need it and all that, and I'm sure he does, but whenever he pushes himself from that place of need, I need you to want me, I need more sex, I need validation, Kesha don't hear desire. She hear pressure. And pressure pushes her deeper into that mother space. Remember? The mother space is a place where ain't nobody trying to go there with you romantically or intimately. You feel like a son to me. Not for real. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the responsibilities. It's the space where she already knows what that feel like because she's taking care of everybody else. Kids, work, family, the dishes, the chores, all of that. Now she got to be the mother to Phillip too? Desire cannot breathe in that space. I know I said it, but I hope you hear me when I say that. Desire cannot breathe in that space. All right, so I'm going to break this down first for the fellas and then for the ladies, okay? Here we go. Because I want us to be able to shift out of that mother mode. Most of the time, when she shifts into mother mode, it does not happen on purpose. Hey, bro, neither you nor your wife really sees it when it's happening. Let me give you some examples of how it shows up. Number one is decision-making. You stop taking the initiative. She's always the only one that's deciding what is for dinner, when the bills get paid, what the weekend plans are going to be. And without you even realizing it, you have made her the manager. And managers don't usually desire the people they manage, unless you work for nope, not gonna get canceled. But y'all know y'all be doing the most at those jobs. Here's another one. Reminders and responsibilities. You rely on her to keep you on point. And this one can hide in the shadows. She reminds you of your appointments. She picks up after you. She makes sure you stay on top of everything. And at first it seemed real small because, man, that's my wife. She's a helpmeet. She's just doing her thing. But over time, she is mothering you instead of partnering with you. And you don't want that. The other one is sexual framing. Let me break this one down. When brothers, all right, y'all ready? Here we go. Kid gloves off. When you come at her from a place of need instead of want, what does that look like, Bo? Because I know I need it. Got you. But when you begging, when you're pouting, when you guilt tripping, when you put her in that position of caretaking again, man, she don't feel free to be desired. She's stuck feeling responsible. And responsibility and desire are two diametrically different things. Here's another one. Emotional burden. If every time you are down, she the one carrying your weight without seeing you stand up, stand tall, not just for yourself, but for her too. She starts to feel like she's raising another child instead of being romanced by a husband. Now, bro, whatever pushback you got in your mind for this, I need you to arrest it for a minute because I'm spitting straight game and I promise you I'm trying to help you. How do I know? Bro, I've been there before. And here's the craziest part. You're putting her in a mother's position and you don't want her you don't want her to be there. And here's the thing, she don't want to be there either. She don't want to be your mother. They want to be our partners. You feel me? They want to feel like women, not caretakers. But if we keep showing up like sons instead of men, then we box them into that role. And desire dies quietly and quickly. So here's the game. Bro, stop begging for what you need and start cultivating an atmosphere where she wants you. That means you got to bring back your edge. You got to get your confidence back, bro. You got to bring back your unpredictability. You got to bring your presence. And I'm going to do a whole nother video on that one. But you don't need to demand her fire, but you need to spark it by how you move. Hope you can let that marinate. Hope you can let that marinate. Because what's interesting is that this begging thing seems to work nowhere. It definitely don't work at your job. It definitely don't work many times with your friends. Why do you think it's going to work at home? At your job, when you want something, man, you qualify for it. You don't just say you're supposed to or you should. And that's how that disrespect creeps in there. But okay, that's enough. That's enough of that. Ladies, y'all ready? Because y'all was amen and all in the comment section when I was talking to the brothers, but I'm gonna keep it funky with you too. A lot of you all are stuck in mother mode 24/7. And yes, I get it. You are the caretaker. You are the nurturer. You're the one holding everything together. But here's the truth. If you never let yourself step back into woman mode, you are going to kill your own desire. All right? I kept it a buck with the fellas. I'm going to do the same thing for you. Because some of you end up in mother mode and you don't even realize it. You don't even realize you're doing it because, let's be clear, most of the time, it ain't malicious. It's subtle. But the effect is the same. I say it all the time. Hey, man, unintentional cuts bleed just as bad as the intentional ones. The effect is the same. You didn't intend it, though. The man you married slowly starts to feel more and more like your son than your husband when you're in mother mode. And that's where desire dies. It dies in that space. So hey, I'm going to show you a couple of ways where it shows up. All right? One, when you, y'all ready? We good? All right. When you begin to kill his initiative, what does that look like? He used to take initiative. He used to plan things. He used to buy gifts. He used to surprise you. But somewhere along the way, it seemed like he could never quite get it right. Maybe you showed some kind of disappointment. Whatever it was, he eventually stopped trying. He stopped suggesting stuff. He stopped leading. Now, instead of gifts, y'all ready? He gives you money. Huh? Instead of planning, he waits for you to decide. Not because he don't care, but because he feels like pleasing you is unattainable. I'll be the bad guy. I'll be the bad guy and tell you, ladies, here's the shift. You got to step back and let him do it his way. Make the destination clear. Yeah, tell him where you want to go, but let him chart the course. And when he does that, even if it's not perfect, you got to celebrate him. You got to celebrate him. Even small things like, hey, I would love for you to be way more open with me. Those small things. And he decides to open up with you and you're like, I can't believe you would see. You just trained him to never do that again. When he does what you want him to do, celebrate him, all right? Because the moment he realizes that it's possible to please you, he's going to start trying again. Ooh, I said that. All right, here's another one. Micromanaging. Micromanaging his leadership. I know you think that you are helping him out by giving, input on every little step. But sometimes what it feels like is micromanagement. And nothing is going to emasculate a man quicker than being led by the one he's supposed to be leading. Allow him to lead without your input. Ooh. Unless he asks you for it. Rest in the fact, and hear this, rest in the fact that he's got it and God got him. He's got you. He's got it and God has him. Rest in that fact. And no, he has not been in that leadership space for a while, maybe not ever, but it's going to be some bumps. But this is what you said you wanted. You wanted that closeness, that intimacy. I'm telling you how to do it. Don't snatch the wheel when it seems like the bumps are coming. Let him stumble, let him grow. Reassure him that if you need me, baby, I'm going to be right here. John Steinbeck. Oh, I love this. Y'all going to love this quote. He said, it is the nature of man to rise to greatness if greatness is expected of him. It is the nature of man to rise to greatness if greatness is expected of him. Ladies, if you keep expecting him to fail, he's going to stay small. But if you give him the room to rise, you're going to see a different man and you're going to see a different fire in your marriage. All right. So talk to the ladies, talk to the man. Let's talk about Kesha and Phillip, and I'm going to land this plane. This is how they turned it around. Phillip stopped whining and he started leading. He planned a night out without her having to lift a finger. The only thing he really asked was, hey, this babysitter, are you sure we good with this one? He wanted her to be good on that. But everything that was important to her, he made sure he covered it. So he just created just some fun, just creative space, no expectations, just laughter and play. Man, it was cold. He stepped back into being that confident man that she first fell in love with and fell for. So instead of acting like another dependent child, he stepped it up. And then when Kesha would try to step in, and it's what it is. He just firmly but lovingly said, baby, your man got this. Your man got this. We good. She liked when he said it like that. He said it like that. So Kesha, on her part, she gave herself permission to shift out of that mother mode. She got her nails done. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be very clear with you about something. I saw her nails. I ain't say nothing because, it's not my wife, but boy, she got them nails done. She got her hair done. She put on a fragrance she hadn't worn in months. And she reminded herself that I'm still a woman. I'm still a woman. I'm not just a caretaker. And that night was fire and desire. Rick James and Tina Marie style. Whoa! And it wasn't about duty either. It wasn't about need. It was about want. And in that space, boy, I'm trying to tell y'all, in that space, right there, desire can come back to life. I'm going to leave you with this. Desire dies in duty. Desire dies in pressure. You're supposed to. You ought to. But desire thrives in freedom, in play, in mystery. In that space where a man shows up as a man and a woman allows herself to be a woman. That's where desire thrives, bro. So I'm saying to you, bros, don't turn your woman into a mother. And my sisters, don't forget that you are a woman, not just a caretaker. All right? And when both of y'all protect that space where desire lives, that's when intimacy stops being a chore and starts being a fire again. You feel me? Hey, man, if this hit home, share it with a friend. Matter of fact, share this episode. Sit down with your partner. Y'all sit down and watch it. Talk about it together. And then I would love to get a DM about what part of your relationship do you need to shift, sis, out of mother mode and back into that woman mode, and how he can help you do that. All right? It's the Certified Man Podcast. Till next time, keep your head up, keep your heart strong, keep that fire burning. I don't mean that. I'm just like fire in the heart. Man up.
Driven by purpose, walking God's plan. You're looking at a certified man.